1963 was a golden year for R&B. The radio was full of songs that felt like magic. Some made people fall in love. Some made people dance all night. But behind every hit, there was a story. A story of joy, and sometimes heartbreak. You think you know these classic songs, but do you really know what happened to them? Some rose to the top. Some faded and were forgotten. Today, we count down 10 catchy R&B songs from 1963. Songs that shaped music history. Stay with us till the end. Number 1 may surprise you. Number 10, The Bluebells.
All right, it is now my extreme pleasure to introduce to you
I Sold My Heart to the Junkman. Picture this. It is 1963. You are standing near a record shop window. A song comes on the radio inside, and it stops you in your tracks.
the 3 least depressing aspects of my entire existence. 3 prime examples of non-kosher.
That is what this song did to people. It had a beat you could not sit still to. A voice that made you feel every word. It felt young. It felt hungry. It felt like something new was starting.
Please say hello to the staggering harlots, ladies.
This song was released in 1963. The lead voice belonged to a young singer who would later become one of the biggest names in music history. But back then, she was just a girl with a big voice and a bigger dream. The song talks about giving your heart away and getting hurt. Simple words, real feelings. It climbed the charts and became a favorite in clubs and on jukeboxes across the country.
Now staggering, girls. Now
Here is something you may not know. This song almost did not get released the way we know it. There were different versions recorded before the final one made it to vinyl. The group almost broke up before this song even had its moment to shine.
staggering. All right, we're going to view now.
So why do so few people remember it today? Part of it is timing. Bigger hits came out that same year and pulled attention away. The group also went through changes in members and management, which made it hard to keep momentum.
Our original opening number, the number that we were going to open with.
Without a strong push behind it, the song slowly faded from radio rotation.
Before God struck us down in our pride. It is very sophisticated.
But if you go back and listen now, you can hear where a legend got her start. That alone makes this song worth remembering. Number 9 takes us into Heartbreak. A song so raw it will stay with you long after it ends. Number 9. Garnet, Mims, and the Enchanters. Cry Baby. Close your eyes and think about the last time you felt real pain. Now imagine hearing a voice that sounds exactly like that pain, set to music. That is what this song feels like. This was 1963, and soul music was still finding its voice. This song helped shape that sound. It came from a singer with a background in gospel, and you can hear it in every note. His voice cracks with emotion in a way that feels honest, not performed. The song is about heartbreak, about crying it out instead of holding it in. That kind of honesty was rare on the radio at the time. The song became a hit and reached high on the charts that year. It also became one of the earliest examples of what people would later call deep soul. Singers who came after him studied this record closely. You can hear its fingerprints on soul music for years after. Here is a fun piece of history. The singer almost gave this song to another artist first. He decided to record it himself at the last minute, and that choice changed his career forever. So why is this song less known today compared to other soul classics? A lot of it comes down to promotion. The singer did not have the same major label push that other stars had. His name got quieter over the years, even though his influence never really left. If you love real raw soul music, this is where a lot of it started. Number 8 is a song that feels like a mystery wrapped in a melody.
If this song just hits you in that quiet place, don't let this moment be a one-time thing. Subscribe to Demo. We're building a home for real R&B and soul. The kind that heals, the kind that tells the truth. Hit subscribe and come back whenever you need a song that understands you.
Every story you see here takes hours of digging, piecing together history, and bringing forgotten moments back to life. If you'd like to support that work, you can become a channel member. It's just the cost of a cup of coffee, but it helps us keep these stories alive, and for that, we're grateful.
Number 8. Barbara Lewis. Hello, Stranger. Have you ever run into someone from your past and felt your whole heart shift? That feeling is exactly what this song captures. Released in 1963, this song has a dreamy, floating sound. It almost feels like a memory instead of a song. The lyrics are about seeing someone you used to love after a long time apart. Simple, but it hits deep, especially if you have lived through something like that yourself. The singer wrote this song herself, which was not common for young women in the music industry at that time. It became a big hit, reaching the top of the R&B charts and crossing over to pop radio as well. It had a soft, hypnotic sound that made it stand out from louder, more upbeat songs of the era. Here is something interesting. She wrote this song when she was still a teenager. A song that mature, written by someone so young, surprised even the people at her record label. So why does this song get overlooked today? Part of it is because she stepped back from the spotlight later in her career. Without constant new music keeping her name fresh, this early hit slowly slipped out of everyday memory, even though it never lost its beauty. Give it a listen again. You will hear why it stopped people in their tracks back then. Number 7 brings a sound that feels like nature itself, calling out to you. Number 7. Inez and Charlie Foxx, Mockingbird. This next one feels different from anything else on this list. It has a playful, almost childlike rhythm, but do not let that fool you. There is real skill in every second of it. This song was written and performed by a brother and sister duo. Released in 1963, it takes inspiration from an old folk lullaby, but they turned it into something completely new. The back and forth between the two voices feels like a real conversation. You can almost picture them singing it to each other on a porch somewhere. The song became a surprise hit, climbing high on the R&B charts. It had a simple hook that stuck in people's heads for days. Because it was so catchy and easy to sing along to, it later got covered by other major artists, which introduced it to a whole new generation of listeners. Here is something many people do not know. The two singers behind this song were actually siblings, not a romantic duo like most people assumed from the way they sang together. So why did their name fade while the song lived on through other versions? A big reason is that later cover versions became more famous than the original. Over time, people started to think of it as someone else's song, forgetting where it truly began. That is one of the sad truths in music. Sometimes the original gets forgotten while a copy gets the glory. Number 6 hides a secret that music fans still argue about today. Stick around, because we promised you controversy, and this is where it lives. Number 6. The Jaynetts. Sally Go Round the Roses.
Sally go round the roses. Sally go round the...
This is the one we told you about earlier. This is where the mystery lives. Just listen to this song for a second. It sounds strange, almost haunting. Echoing voices.
Sally go round the pretty roses.
A repeating melody that feels like it is circling around you, like walking in a fog at night. It does not sound like anything else from 1963. That is part of why people still talk about it.
Roses, they can hurt you. Roses, they...
Here is what we teased at the start of this video. There has always been a big question mark hanging over this song. Who actually sang on it?
Can hurt you. Roses, they can hurt you.
Some people say the girl group credited on the record was not the only group of singers involved in creating it. In interviews over the years, different singers have claimed they were part of the real recording session. There are different versions of the story, and even now, nobody agrees completely on the full truth.
The roses, they can hurt you. Sally, don't you go...
Part of this comes down to how the music industry worked back then. Producers sometimes used different singers in the studio than the ones pictured or promoted publicly. Group names were sometimes treated more like a brand than a fixed group of people.
Don't you go downtown.
That created confusion, and in some cases, real hurt feelings and unpaid credit for the singers who were actually on the tape. This mix-up affected how the song is remembered.
Sally, don't you go downtown.
Instead of one clear group getting the credit and the career boost that should have come with a hit song, the confusion pushed everyone involved into the shadows. Nobody got the full spotlight they deserved. In a strange way, that mystery also made the song more powerful. It became almost like a ghost story in music history. People are still trying to piece together the truth, and that curiosity keeps this song alive decades later. It makes you wonder how many other songs from this era hide a true story we still do not fully know. If you are enjoying this deep dive, smash that like button. It really helps us keep telling these hidden stories. Number 5 is a love song that broke hearts in the sweetest way possible. Number 5. Mary Wells, Two Lovers.
Well, I've got two lovers and I ain't ashamed.
Some songs trick you right from the first line. This is one of those songs.
Two lovers and I love them both the same. Let me...
Released in 1963, this song opens like it is about to be a sad story of choosing between two men. But by the end, you realize both lovers are actually the same person, just showing two different sides of himself. It was a clever twist that caught listeners completely off guard.
Tell you about my first lover.
This song came from a label that was still fairly new and building its sound at the time. It became one of the biggest hits of that singer's early career, reaching number 1 on the R&B charts. Her voice had a warm, honest quality that made every lyric feel like she was talking directly to you, not performing for a crowd.
Like a lover should. makes me love him.
Here is a fun fact. This clever twist ending was actually inspired by a real conversation the songwriter overheard. A simple moment turned into one of the most memorable song structures of the decade. So why does this song get less attention today compared to her other hits? As her career grew, bigger and more famous songs came along and overshadowed this early gem. It became a stepping stone in her story, but rarely the song people mention first when they talk about her legacy. Still, if you love clever songwriting, this one deserves a second listen. We are halfway through this list now. Which song has hit you hardest so far? Drop it in the comments, because I really want to know. Number 4 carries a message about self-respect that still matters today. Number 4, The Impressions. It's All Right.
It's alright, it's alright. Say it.
This next song feels like a warm hand on your shoulder after a hard day. It does not shout at you, it comforts you. Released in 1963, this song came from a group that was becoming known for music with real meaning behind it.
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
The lead singer would go on to become one of the most respected voices in soul and civil rights era music. This song has a gentle, reassuring message. It tells you that even when times are hard, everything is going to be all right.
Have a good time, 'cause it's alright.
The song became a big hit on the R&B charts and helped build the group's reputation as more than just entertainers.
Oh, it's alright. We're gonna move it slow.
They were becoming voices of comfort and hope during a time of real struggle and change in the country. This song is often remembered as one of the moments where soul music started carrying deeper emotional and social weight.
When nights are low.
Here is something special about this song. It was recorded quickly, almost like the group wanted to capture that comforting feeling in one honest take before it slipped away.
When you move it slow, it sounds like a mo-
So why is this particular song sometimes overshadowed today? The group went on to release even more powerful, socially important songs later in their career.
And it's alright. Whoa, it's alright. Now
Those later songs often get more attention in documentaries and playlists, leaving this early gem a little quieter in comparison.
listen to the beat. Kind of pack.
But sometimes the simplest message is the one people need most. Number 3 might be one of the smoothest love songs you have ever heard. Number 3, The Miracles. You've Really Got a Hold on Me.
I don't like you, but I
Think about a love that feels like it is holding you too tight, but you do not want to let go anyway. That confusing, beautiful feeling is exactly what this song captures.
seems that I'm always.
Released in 1963, this song came from a songwriter who was quickly becoming one of the most respected voices in the music industry.
Thinking of you, oh,
His smooth, soulful delivery, paired with a female vocalist's harmony, created a sound that felt intimate, like you were listening in on a real conversation between two people in love.
you badly. I can't help but to love you, man.
This song became one of the group's biggest hits and helped define the smooth, soulful sound coming out of a growing record label at the time.
You really got a hold on me, alright.
It later got covered by major British bands, which introduced this style of American soul music to listeners across the ocean. That kind of reach was rare for R&B artists in that era. Here is something many fans do not know. This song was written quickly, almost as an afterthought during a busy recording session. Nobody expected it to become one of the most covered songs of the decade. So why does the original sometimes get overlooked? Because the famous cover versions became so massive worldwide, some casual listeners assume the song started somewhere else entirely. The true soul roots of the song get buried under the fame of those later versions. If you did not know this was the original, you are not alone. Many people do not. Number 2 is a song from a very young artist who was already showing the world something special. Number 2, Little Stevie Wonder, Fingertips, PT2. Imagine being on a stage, feeling the crowd get louder and louder, and you are only 12 years old. That is exactly what happened here. This song was recorded live in 1963. The energy in the room is real, not added later in a studio. You can hear the crowd shouting, clapping, and losing their minds as this young performer plays and sings with a joy that feels impossible to fake. It captures a moment of pure, raw talent bursting out for the whole world to hear. This song made history by becoming one of the first live recordings to reach number 1 on the pop charts. It also went to number 1 on the R&B charts, proving that even at such a young age, this artist had a gift that could not be ignored. It was the beginning of a career that would go on to change music forever. Here is something wild about this recording. At one point during the live performance, you can actually hear the bass player shout out in confusion because he thought the song had already ended, then jump back in when it kept going. That little mistake became part of music history. So why do casual fans sometimes forget this specific song, even though the artist became a legend? Because his later work grew so massive and so influential that this early live moment sometimes gets treated as just a footnote instead of the powerful beginning it truly was. This was the moment the world first felt his fire. Number 1 brought heat to the summer of 1963, and it never really cooled down.
If this song just hit you in that quiet place, don't let this moment be a one-time thing. Subscribe to Demo. We're building a home for real R&B and soul. The kind that heals, the kind that tells the truth. Hit subscribe and come back whenever you need a song that understands you.
Every story you see here takes hours of digging, piecing together history, and bringing forgotten moments back to life. If you'd like to support that work, you can become a channel member. It's just the cost of a cup of coffee, but it helps us keep these stories alive, and for that, we're grateful.
Number 1, Martha and the Vandellas, Heat Wave. Some songs do not just play in the background, they take over the whole room. This is one of those songs. Released in the summer of 1963, this song hit like its title promised. High-energy horns, a driving beat, a lead voice that sounded like she was daring you not to dance. It became an instant favorite in clubs, on the radio, and at parties across the country. It felt like pure joy turned into sound. This song became one of the biggest hits of that record label's early years, reaching the top of the R&B charts and crossing over strongly into pop radio too. It helped define what would become one of the most recognizable sounds in music history. The horn section, the group harmonies, the driving rhythm, all of it became a blueprint that countless artists would follow for years afterward. Here is a fun fact. This song was almost given to a different group first, but the timing worked out, and it landed with the right voices at exactly the right moment. Sometimes, the biggest hits happen almost by accident. So why do some casual listeners today not immediately connect this song to its full story? Because the label and sound behind it grew so big and so famous over the following years that early records like this sometimes get lumped in as just one of many hits. Instead of being remembered as one of the songs that helped build the whole foundation. But if you go back and really listen, you can hear it clearly. This was not just a hit song. This was the start of something enormous.